Joseph from thebodyyouwant.com, and I'm here with one of the legends and one of the single greatest minds in our industry, Mike Boyle, at Mike Boyle Strength and Conditioning. And then Mike, what one question do you wish that someone who is struggling with weight loss would ask you at a dinner party?
I guess the simple one, what should I eat? Because that's, you know, we talked about this, obviously we've spent kind of the last 3 days at various points in time talking about this, what should I eat? And the one thing that you realize with people when they wonder, what should I eat, is that they don't want the simple answer. When you say eat protein and vegetables, they invariably give you the, well, what about cereal?
That's
and
a
you're
vegetable.
like, exactly, it's like, that's not protein or a vegetable. And then they say, well, what about oatmeal? And you say, well, that's not protein or a vegetable either. And what you realize, one of my mentors had told me that people don't actually talk to you for advice, they talk to you for agreement. So people will ask you questions. So in some ways I said, what would I wish people would ask me? Nothing, because they don't want to listen to you anyway. Because they don't really want to take your advice. It takes, sometimes you have to find someone who's really desperate, who will, and will look at you like, okay, I'll actually listen. We were talking about Wheat Belly, the book. And in Wheat Belly, the doctor that wrote the book talks about the fact that he had a guy who was going to have a colostomy. He was going to have his colon taken out. He was going to have a bag put in. And the doctor implored him one more time, please, just don't eat any wheat. Try it for a couple weeks and tell me if you get better. Now this guy, imagine someone who's gone so far. Obviously, you know, you've had all of the, you know, diverticulitis and irritable bowel syndrome and all this stuff that you've been tested for and all these things. And finally they tell you we're going to take a section of your colon out. You're going to have a bag. And you still won't change your nutritional habits. You're still at that point. This is where the world is. I mean, this is the world that we live in right now, where all of these sick people, you've got someone whose face, because one of the things he talked about is, you know, we could call it wheat belly, but we could have called it, you know, wheat ass, or we could have called it wheat face, or we could have called it, you know, there are so many of these things that are wrong with people where you look at them, and maybe, you know, people say, well, you know, it's not wheat, maybe it's not wheat, maybe it's corn, maybe, but more than likely, there's something you're putting in your system that's causing it to not function. And we had the indelicate talk about bathroom habits today.
Right.
And we talked about, you know, with people, you know, if you go to the bathroom and the place smells like a sewer and sounds like the 4th of July, you're eating something that doesn't agree with you. You know, we don't naturally produce massive amounts of noxious methane. It's not part of how, you know, who we are.
Right.
But yet, you'll have people who do that on a regular basis and won't think, you know, maybe I got a food allergy. Maybe there's something I'm eating that doesn't quite agree with me. Sorry, a little interruption there.
Real world.
That's okay. Yeah, real world.
Real world.
But so that would be the, you know, the stuff that we're looking at. You know, like, you know, that question of what should I eat?
Yeah.
And if you just said something, just eat protein, just eat vegetables, you'd be okay. You'd be okay. You'd be way better off. You'd be way healthier. So I guess that would be one. That would be one.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.